Oh, alrighty then, who that's? Um, Decided to make a video. I guess I don't know. Depending on who's here, maybe it's a quick one, maybe it's not. I don't know. I'd like to give a shout out to all the subs we got. We went from like 110 to 160, 161. So we got like 50 new subs at least. So good deal, Future Seal. We got from the last video, we got like 50 new subs. Now, I don't know if I would like to think that most of them or all of them are Saints fans, but considering my last stream, I had a bunch of Giants and Ravens fans on here, so I don't know. And I can't see all the subscriptions, so I don't know. But the last video, I think it was at 1,794 likes, views. So that's pretty cool. I mean, when I did the Teddy Bridgewater video a few months ago, I got up to like 180 something views, and that was a record. But yeah, this Eli Apple video, it just kind of blew up and just so. Anyways, I'd like to thank everybody for that. So, and looking at the Vikings report, except for Everson Griffin, who's probably going to play, they said. Xavier Rhodes is hurt. This one's hurt. That one's hurt. We only got one player ruled out, Mitchell Lowen. He's ruled out. Everybody else looks like they're a go. So we have the advantage in the dome. Who that? We have the advantage in the dome. Freaking hair in my freaking mouth. I hate that. We have an advantage in the dome, in their dome. And I said this before. I don't really know an exact score. If I had to guess, I'd say like 31-20 or 31-17. I don't know. Exact scores really doesn't matter. As long as we win, we win. Yeah, Pelicans are 4-0. They kick ass. That's an 82-0 season right there. So, yeah, I was talking on my regular channel earlier, and somebody wanted me to go back on there and stream, but I don't know. I was just watching a bunch of stuff. But about how the Saints play a lot of cover 2, apparently, which is cover 2 prevent, and just, but they're saying Eli Apple's going to start. He may start, and they're going to have him in place of Ken Crawley, and then they're going to put P.J. Williams in the slot, which is probably the best scenario. Crawley's like, oh, I'm not sweating it, blah, 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 BS. But now he knows he's, he can't be giving up these long whatever. Yeah, cover 2 doesn't work. It's a bunch of bullshit. Cover 2 is just it's a nice way of saying prevent. Because you know how easy it was for the Ravens to go right down the field and score? I think it was, three or four passes right down the field. And it was just, I don't know. It was fucked up. But, yeah. I can't tell. I got like 50 new subs off that last video. But it only showed like 5 or 6 because I guess, I don't know. I guess just random people liked it. So I have no idea. So it is what it is. Got me to 160 or 161. So Saints going to kick some ass. So that's all I know. They don't play till Sunday night. Or the game starts. Game starts at 7:20. So you gotta wait all freaking. It's bad enough you gotta wait. It's past midnight, so technically it's Saturday. Bad enough you gotta wait all day today. You gotta, Oh yeah, Minnesota don't play in the freaking. They don't play any elements anymore. They don't. It is crazy. I got my regular channel up a few subs, so I'm closer to 200 more on that one than this one. But yeah, I just was watching a bunch of streams on the other one, so I figured to come on here because I think it's been like 4 days since I watched that last video, and that video just blew up like wildfire. So, I mean, like I said, all those subs, I kind of hope. Whatever. But yeah, I was just watching the Saints Uptown live stream, and one of the guys said, "I hope the Rams go 18-0 and we beat them in the Super Bowl." And I had to sit here and laugh. And I'm like, you do realize the Rams are an NFC team. We can't play them in the Super Bowl, dumbass. As soon as I heard that idiot say that, I don't know if it was a Saints guy because they had a Jaguars guy on there and they had a Patriots guy on there. There was like 5 or 6 people they were talking to, so I don't know. One of them Google Hangout things they do. I don't know. Every time I go in there, it's nonsense. And I'm like, why in the hell would they say that? Oh, Rams suck. The Rams played in. The Saints have the hardest schedule in the NFL the rest of the year. Period, hands down. We run the gauntlet, we can take anybody out. I don't care who it is. We beat the Rams in preseason. You know, yeah, we beat the Rams in preseason. Granted, it's preseason. It's 28-0, but we know Brandon Cooks. We know how he operates. Really, we have a number 1 run defense. So if you stop Todd Gurley, Jared Goff's going to have to throw. And if Jared Goff is throwing 40, 50, 60 times in the game, they're guaranteed to lose, I'm telling you. Because the Rams' main offense is Todd Gurley, period. They have a hell of a defense. You know, of course, in Ndamukong Suh, we tried to get him to sign with the Saints, but, he wanted to go to the Rams for some reason. I don't know why. He ain't going to do shit. But yeah, pretty much that's the key to beating them. And like we did against the Ravens, the Saints have won their last 15 games under Sean Payton if they hold the ball more than 30 minutes in the game. We held the ball for 34 and a half minutes against the Ravens. Now, granted, we went for it on 4th down like 5 times in the 4 or 5 times in the first, first drive, and we killed 10 and a half minutes right there on the first possession. I mean, if we would have kicked that field goal, however, it wouldn't have came down to the extra point. But that's all a moot point right now. Basically, I see us beating the Vikings because this ain't Case Keenum's team. This is Kirk Cousins' team, and Kirk Cousins suck ass. And a lot of the Vikings' defense are hurt. Everson Griffin had some kind of mental problem. He's coming back after a month, and he's limping. So I don't know, but they still say he's going to play. But Xavier Rhodes is he's probably not going to play. There's 2 or 3 other defensive players. Their defensive line is so racked up, they got to put rookies in the starting lineup. Can you imagine if whoever they're going to match up against Thomas? Even when Xavier Rhodes matched up against Thomas burned his ass last year. Burned his ass. So, we have the best offensive line. I don't know what they're ranked defensively, but we got it. Hey, Big Bird. How you doing? But we got this game. There's no reason why we shouldn't walk out 6-1. And then we take on the Rams. And we'll kick the Rams' ass, too. Because the Rams ain't faced any good – the Rams play in a shitty division with the 49ers and the Seahawks and the Cardinals. And they all suck ass. We know that. Yeah, exactly. Well, we got them in the Dome this year. So we had them in the Dome in preseason. We beat them. I don't know anything about that, Big Bird. I have no idea. I don't watch hockey anymore because we don't have a hockey team. Yeah. Oh, I posted a thing today about how Drew Brees is like number 1 with the offensive line. I think Jared Goff is either 2 or 3 as far as like having enough time in the pocket to throw, but Jared Goff is number 1 as far as play action. Oh, soccer. I don't know much about soccer. I don't really keep up with soccer. He probably, fantasy-wise, yeah, he is. But, if it wasn't for Todd Gurley, the Rams wouldn't be anywhere. They run that offense around him. You have to have a strong running back. But the Saints have the number 1 ranked run defense. So I'm not worried about Todd Gurley. I'm not worried about Todd Gurley at all. My biggest concern is stopping Cooks and stopping Cooper Kupp and that other wide receiver, Billy Bob. I don't know his name. Because Jared Goff is not a bad quarterback. But you can't give him 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds back in the pocket. And they're going to be double teaming Cam Jordan at all times, which is going to leave Marcus Davenport wide open. So, you know, so I mean, hell, what is this? Are we turning this into Sesame Street now? God damn. But yeah, basically that's how I think we have strategy. Key words here. We stop Todd Gurley. We hold him under 100 yards. We got a victory. So, you know, well, that last video I did, I had 65. I think it was 61 people watching at one point. So I don't even know who the hell subbed. I got people all over the planet subbing. So I don't know. I like to keep this channel Saints. I don't want to talk about soccer or anything else. I want to talk about Saints and Saints only. My other page, I can talk about whatever, you know. But this one, I want to keep about Saints. So that's a general rule. Saints talk. Because it is a Saints YouTube, you know. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all my keys. That's my keys right there. So I think we're going to win, basically. You know. He's got a backwards wrench. Oh, I modded Big T Coins and Who Dat discussion on my personal account. So now we have nobody was on there trolling on my personal account today when I did it. So, you know, I decided to do one around, I think, noon or 1 o'clock. I did 3 hours program there. Yeah, if y'all haven't watched my last video on here, the Eli Apple video, I think it's like 3 or 4 views short of 1,800. And it got 50 views today, so I'm kind of shocked. So, you know, go like it if you'd like. Hit it to 1,800, you know, whatever. But, oh, yeah, I got Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas is going to have 150. Alvin Kamara is going to have about 200 total. Well, Rhodes, I don't even think is going to freaking play. He's doubtful or questionable. He was limping today on practice. Most of their defensive line is injured. You know, I mean, Everson Griffin's coming back, so he's gonna play. But that don't faze me. Michael Thomas is gonna get in that man's head, and they're not gonna put him on there anyway. They're not gonna put him on Michael Thomas, so I'm not worried about it. The offense, I'm not really concerned about. It's just what we're going to do with Ken Crawley is hopefully he doesn't play a lot. That way we have Eli Apple. Now, if Eli Apple messes up a few times, okay, you can understand that because I don't think he will, but I'll give him a pass because of the fact that it's hard to learn a new defense. Yeah, every team has defensive words and key codes and stuff, but it's kind of hard to learn a defensive playbook. It takes a while. So, I mean, all the Giants fans, oh, Eli's trash, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you ain't seen Ken Crawley. Shit. Put Ken Crawley on the Giants. See how bad you think the Giants suck now. Put Ken Crawley on the Giants. They'll never win another game. You know? After that missed PAT, who the hell you think the first person jumping up and down is? Ken Crawley. He knows he gave up that touchdown. Well, somebody said it was Lattimore who gave up that touchdown, but Ken Crawley's just as, you know, Ken Crawley gave up 4 touchdowns this year. His burn rate's way higher. You know. Well, yeah. I mean, basically, yeah, defensive tackles, defensive ends. The Rams have a hell of a defense, but we have a hell of an offensive line. So I don't think they're going to get the breeze much. He may get sacked once or twice, but what the hell can Ndamukong Suh do? And I'm not worried about what's his name, Aaron Donald. I'm not worried about that dude at all. That dude got paid for no reason. I haven't seen any glimpse of him being good or hot shot, and he just You know, when you're double teamed all the time, you can't do much. So, and you wouldn't necessarily have to double team because Dominican Sue's not the best in the world. He's like 10, 12-year veteran. I mean, we tried to get him and he just went. Pfft. So, you know, it's his loss. Yeah, he may be sitting on an undefeated team now, but I guarantee you the Rams are not winning the Super Bowl this year. They played a soft schedule. They're not ready. They haven't run the gauntlet. We have the toughest schedule in the league. We are going to run the gauntlet. You know, we may not win them all. In fact, we're probably going to lose a few of them. I mean, 2 or 3 of them at least, maybe 4. Because I picked at the beginning of the year to go 12-4. After the first 5 games, I thought we would be 3-2. But hey, you know, they proved me wrong. That's that slogan, prove us right. You know, so I mean, hell, but in the long run, I think the Saints have enough keys, run the clock. Ingram didn't have that many yards in the last game. Kamara had like maybe 70 or 80. Ingram had maybe 30 yards rushing at that. Taysom Hill was the leading rush in the game. So, I mean, slash. So, and it's going to be difficult to run on the Rams defense. So, my key to that is set up a lot of play action and fake them out. Fake them out. Have Breeze go deep. First play of the game, I get the ball, I go deep. Deep, deep, deep. Secondary, Rams don't have a decent secondary. They have a good defense overall, but their secondary, I don't know if they can play. But, you know, I still think we have a chance. Well, I wouldn't double team Sue. I wouldn't. I double team Donald. Supposedly he's the best defensive tackle in the league or defensive. I don't know. I have no idea. I ain't seen him play. I don't watch the Rams, so I don't know. But the Rams have a weak ass schedule, and the Saints is their first test. I think the Rams play the Vikings too this year, if I'm not mistaken. But they have a good test. But all I know, the Saints are coming out. They're coming out firing, and they're going to win. Well, yeah, all you do, I don't care who gets the ball, how gets the ball, whatever. If I lose in fantasy, so be it, as long as we win. I'm 4-3 in my fantasy league, so I don't know. Something that freaking what's his face for the Texans got 19.3 points last night on Lamar Miller. So I'm already down 20-0 practically. So yeah, no, I need Breeze to have a good game. Kamara, Ingram, Thomas. I picked up Ben Watson, but he may not do much. Who knows? Even Dan Arnold's getting into the act, and everybody goes, Dan who? The tight end who never sees the light of day had 2 catches against the Ravens. I'd set him up as a decoy because the Rams aren't going to be prepared for him. As far as all these gadget plays, I don't know if I'd pull all these gadget plays against the Rams where you put Breeze at the wide receiver slot because you don't want to get him hurt that way. But, you know, oh, yeah, we're going to blitz the piss out of him. Goff doesn't have a chance because if you double team Jordan, you leave Davenport open, and if you double team Davenport, you leave Jordan open. And for some reason, if both of those are covered, then you got AJ Klein or hopefully Craig Robinson coming in and blitzing from the side. So I mean, you know, and then I really want to see how Eli Apple plays. Coming off that Monday night game, he hurt his ankle. Supposedly, he played like 58 out of 66 plays off defensive plays. But he's got extra time to heal because we don't play till Sunday night. So he got extra time. He looked good in practice from what I saw. So, and I don't know if the Giants played. I don't know if they played the Rams or not. Who dat, DJs? I subbed you back, man. Because you got the name Who Dat, so I subbed you back. There's a few I subbed back. I'm getting dangerously close to that 1,000 subscription limit. So I got to figure out who's invalid and start deleting invalid accounts. So no problem. Hey, you subbed us. You know, that last video blew up the channel, which is pretty awesome. You know, it got a lot of trolls too, but whatever. It got like 30,000 minutes or something watched. It said like 5.5 days of watched on that one video. And I'm like, whoa. But still nowhere near 4,000 hours, but that is an impossible feat, I would think. The 1,000 subscription limit is more easier to get than the 4,000 per hour. But anytime there's breaking news, I usually jump into it. If the Saints are losing at halftime, I make a video. And I've done this twice this year, and twice we came back. So last game, I made a pre-video, then a halftime, then the ender. Well, I was at 110, and then I got like 50 views off that one video. I don't know if all of them are Saints fans. I know I got a freaking Buccaneers. 2 Buccaneers fans are following me on this damn page, and I hate that. It's like, God damn it. It's like, stop following. I don't want any enemies following us on here. It's just, you know. But out of all those people that subbed, I don't know if they were this trolls. Eli Apple's pretty good. There's this one guy on Twitter. He made a video. He starts off, first thing he says is, I'm not a Saints fan. I don't watch football. But why the Saints are going to trade for someone like Eli Apple? He's trash. Yo, really? Is Ken Crawley really that bad? And I went on this video and I'm like, obviously you don't fucking know Ken Crawley's terrible. He's absolutely freaking terrible. I mean, oh yeah, anytime you got the running game going, oh yeah, you're going to find ways to get the ball. I want to see all kinds of stuff. I want to see reverses, all kinds of hocus pocus. Any way you can to fool the Rams, because we didn't show them that much when we played them in the preseason. So you can bet they got that tape and analyzed it. Well, New York sucks. The Saints were thinking about drafting Eli Apple in that year, and they didn't because they talked to him in the combine several times. But Eli Apple's been with a shitty team the last 2 years, so he goes from Ohio State, which is one of the best college football teams, to the New York Giants, which sucks ass. Now he comes to the Saints, who's got 5 Ohio State players. With him, that's 6. No, I don't think Kamara threw a pass this year. I would have known about it. See, it don't count. If he throws a pass on ESPN Fantasy, I don't get credit for it, which sucks. But I'll get credit if he runs a reverse. If a wide receiver runs a reverse and I got that receiver, then I have it. So, who dat? Hey, JGP, I had to get off that Saints Uptown page because one of them dummies on there said, I hope the Rams go 18-0 and the Saints play them in the Super Bowl. And I don't know which dummy said that, but, you know, I'm just like, you know what? I signed off for that sucker. Seriously, I don't know which one of them people said that, but they obviously don't know. It was either that Jaguars dude or that Patriots. I don't know. Maybe they were kidding, but obviously they don't know. It's absolutely crazy. But I'm guaranteeing the Rams ain't coming out. I know that's 2 weeks away, and I shouldn't be looking ahead, but Rams ain't beating us. No fucking way. Minnesota's not beating us. Minnesota's defense is gone. They can't stop us. They couldn't stop us last year. It took a miracle, so-called miracle, for them bastards to beat us. Because we know we had that game. We go on to play the Eagles. We would have got the Eagles in the Superdome, and we would have beat the Patriots wherever the Super Bowl was. Junior's not a bad name. It's a pretty good name. No, I meant the Rams. No, it's in the Dome, but it's not the Superdome. The Rams game's in the Superdome. The Vikings game's in Minnesota, but Minnesota does play in the Dome. Whatever the fuck, the Bank Stadium, U.S. Bank Stadium, I think they call it. They used to have the Herbert H. Humphrey Metrodome. We played the Rams at home. I'm pretty sure we played the Rams at home. We played them at home in the preseason. You know, there's a stretch where we don't play at home for a month. We played 3 games on the road. This is the second game on the road. I think they leave in the morning to go to Minnesota. I don't think they left yet. But yeah, we got dome field advantage. You kidding me? We're gonna have 80,000 fans screaming. It's national television, NBC Sunday Night Football. God forbid you got Chris Collinsworth. Ugh. I always mute the TV and listen to the radio because I can't stand it. And at least for once, it's not a Fox game with a Dallas Cowboys announcer via Aikman or Daryl Johnston or Jason Witten's on Monday Night Football, I believe. So the league's got nothing but Cowboys freaking announcers. Yeah, I still think I agree with that, Seal. I agree. I mean, I'm ready to see what Eli Apple can contribute to our team. I don't expect him to come out gung-ho and be good automatically. I'm going to give him some leeway. But I don't know. He's terrible. He can't announce. He's terrible, absolutely. He's absolutely terrible. He already subs. I'm pretty sure he does. But yeah, I see it. I see us winning something like 37-20, 37-17, something like that. I haven't watched Romo. I haven't watched Romo yet. I forgot about Romo. Yeah. He did one of the Saints games, I think, this year. I think. Being an NFC team, Fox holds the rights to the NFC. 35-24, I'll take that too. I mean, I don't care if the Saints win by 1 or by 51. But I know they want to downplay it and say, oh, well, that was last year's team. That's not the same people. Case Keenum went to Denver. Oh, okay. I don't really a lot of times sometimes I'll watch the games. I didn't watch the last game. Because I'm too busy with like doing stuff on my Facebook and Twitter and updating on there. I like to listen to the game. But Sean Payton was saying about the revenge factor. There's no revenge factor, blah, blah, blah. Him and Mike Zimmer are good friends. They used to be on a coaching staff with the Cowboys together. So I don't know. All I know is I'm pretty confident. There's a Saints fan I talked to. She lives in Minneapolis. She lives like 10 minutes from the Dome. So, yeah. They don't have the ammo to get Patrick Peterson. They really don't. The Cardinals wanted, I guarantee you, 2 number ones, and the Saints didn't have a number 1. I said what I wanted to give up. People started laughing. A few people agreed with me. I would have gave up the kitchen sink because you need cap room. Because Peterson gets paid $5 million the rest of the year, and the Saints only $2.5 million under the cap. You need cap room. No, Peterson came out and said he's not going anywhere. He's going to be a Cardinal for the rest of the year. He already came out and said, no, I wouldn't give up Bridgewater. No, somebody suggested give up Bridgewater. No, I would not give up Bridgewater. I would give up Ken Crawley, P.J. Williams, Andreas Pete, a 2019 number 2, and a 2020 number 1. That may be too much. However, we're already giving up draft picks as it is. Draft picks in some cases don't matter. And you could always get some back. But, I mean, I would clean house as far as getting rid of the dead weight. Andres Pete's good, but he rarely plays. He's never on the field. I mean, he was on the field once during the bye week. In the bye week, he gets a concussion in practice. Who the hell gets a concussion in practice? I understand they hit hard, but are they hitting that hard that he can't handle a blow? Full pads? So, Joshua Rebus is hurt for the year, IR. So we're out. We don't have him anymore. He's got to have knee surgery. I hope we have 3 or 4. He's signed to next year, so we at least got next year. I believe Bridgewater's the heir apparent if he stays. Big question, if he stays. I mean, I offer him $8-9 million to sit on the bench for a year. Because if you think about it, where is he going to go? Where is he going to go that's going to have a chance to win? Maybe by that time Tom Brady's gone, he might have a chance with the Patriots. But, he's not going to be good under Belichick. So, really, he should be biding his time. And, if I was him, let's say I get $8-9 million to sit on the bench. Hey, you get a pretty hefty payday. And the quarterback, you learn it from the greatest quarterback in NFL history, and he's going to retire soon. Hopefully he doesn't. I'd like to see him play till he's 45. He actually admitted in an interview last week he's probably not going to play till he's 45, but he can. But just think of the offense. Teddy Bridgewater with Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas, and if Mark Ingram's still there, that's going to be a hell of an offense. You think the offense with Drew Brees is good. Woo! Let me tell you. Bridgewater's a running quarterback. That's the only thing that concerns me. I don't like running quarterbacks because running quarterbacks don't win Super Bowls. The only exception was Steve Young. It's the only exception. Running quarterbacks don't, Yeah. But, I mean, you look back. Michael Vick never won a Super Bowl. Randall Cunningham never won. I don't think Randall Cunningham won a Super Bowl as a starter. He may have won one as backup. In general, they don't win. Vince Young never won one as a Super Bowl. They don't win. They win games, but they don't win Super Bowls. And then they all want to complain. MJD wants to complain. Well, he's just a pocket passer. That's what quarterbacks are supposed to. Not all quarterbacks have the legs. Why the hell are you going to run when year in, year out, you got the best offensive line blocking? Why the hell would you have to run? You only have to run as a quarterback when the pocket's breaking down. You have no choice. I mean, the quarterback's goal is to stay in the pocket as long as they can, find someone down the field, and hit him with a pass. I mean, Breeze can run if he has to. I mean, he did it against Atlanta. But Breeze doesn't have the speed to run. He's not a Michael Vick speed. He's not. So, and that Scam Newton asshole. Scam Newton runs. He ain't won a Super Bowl yet. He became the 4th quarterback in history to get 4,000 rushing yards. What's the point of having all those rushing yards? He's got the most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback too. How many Super Bowls has Scam Newton won? That many. He's 0-1. He ain't getting that this year either. We still got to play the Panthers twice. So, I can't wait till we play the Panthers and Scam Newton throws 8 interceptions and breaks the NFL record for most interceptions in the game. Because if anybody can break that record, Scam Newton can. Yeah, for years and years and years, we always played the Panthers, the Redskins, the Buccaneers the last game of the year. So now they're changing it up because they know that the Panthers are the only winning team in the damn division. So, I mean, hell, but I'm not worried about the offense. We have a hell of an offensive line. Offense does their job, we're fine. If the Rams defense slow our offense down, we may be in trouble. It's just How is our defense going to respond? I've had one for a few days now. I always get a cold. I always get something. It's when I sit up I get colds. Plus, it's getting chilly around here lately. The temperature's actually starting to drop for once. I'm not used to 50 and 60 degree weather in this state. So, I think it's going to be a chilly Halloween. So, I don't know. Eagles lost to everybody. How the hell the Eagles going to blow a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter? They pulled the damn Falcons. They're going to let the Panthers come back and score 21 freaking unanswered points in the fourth quarter. Then they're going to make it like Cam Newton's the hero. That shit don't work. Mucinex don't work on me. Never did. I think it's my allergies. Allegra works. I usually sometimes take that, but I gotta buy some. But I mean, I have like a leave and stuff that works. Yeah. I hope when we play the Falcons again, it's 28-3 every time. You know, the entire series of the Saints Falcons, we've never had a 28-3 win. Never. I looked it up. Never. That would be so. We have. Not only do we beat the Falcons 28-3, we win the Super Bowl in that stadium. We christen that stadium with the Super Bowl win. God, I pray that we get that Super Bowl trophy in that stadium. Oh my God. That would shut the Falcons up once and for all. Now, my nose is just running for some reason. I don't know why. But, I think it's because of my mustache. But, that would be the greatest thing in the world to win in the Falcons Stadium. They seem accurate to me. I don't have any faults against them. I don't have any faults against anybody. Nah, because freaking Mercedes-Benz assholes set up their U.S. headquarters in Atlanta. And there was 3 more years left on the deal. So after this year, I think there's 2 more years that we have to have their freaking name on the Superdome. After, because they signed a 10-year deal. Tom Benson signed a 10-year deal with them. After that, I hope they go back to the Louisiana Superdome. But don't be surprised if they call it the Smoothie King Dome. You know, I like Smoothie King, but it's just nobody knows what the fuck Smoothie King is outside of Mississippi and Louisiana. They still don't know. NBA, they come in and they go, Smoothie King Arena. Go back to the New Orleans Arena. That made more sense. Just don't go back to painting it lime green. Oh yeah, they're paying like I think it's like $10 million a year. I think they signed like a 10-year, $100 million contract. But last year, Mercedes-Benz had put their U.S. market in Atlanta, so they call that the Mercedes-Benz Dome. They might as well call it the Mercedes-Benz Chinese Dome. Oh, that would be the ultimate. That would be the ultimate troll. Let's hear them Falcons fans, all 3 of those Falcons fans. I still call it the Louisiana Superdome. I will never call it the MB Superdome. Never. I hate that name. I don't like Mercedes-Benz. They're terrible, especially when they betrayed us and went to the Falcons. Fuck that. I ain't gonna never buy a Mercedes-Benz car. They have Mercedes-Benz in Covington, the dealership, and they always, oh, we love our Saints. Bullshit. How you like our Saints? That's a big bunch of horse shit right there. So, I'd be fine if they call it the Tom Benson Dome. Why not? I mean, but I think they should go back to the Louisiana Superdome. I really think they should. But it's all about money. That deal runs out. They're going to name it something else. They're going to get another sponsor. I just hope it's not nothing ridiculous like the Chevrolet Superdome or something like that, you know. Let's call it the House of Drew Brees. That's what I'm going to call it. The House of Drew Brees. That man, when he retires, he better have a statue right next to that Rebirth statue. That some bitch, better have a statue out there. I will personally get a GoFundMe on one of these accounts and personally get people to build a statue out there in the Superdome. That man ought to have one. That man ought to have a statue right now. Especially if we win 2 Super Bowls, one in one hand, one in the other. That iconic image of him and his son in the Super Bowl. That ought to be a statue right now in front of the Superdome. Why is it not? I have no idea. I don't think he's going to hit 85,000. He might hit 80,000. They didn't even give Drew Brees credit because they were saying, oh, there's a CFL player who's got 79,000 yards passing. Well, fuck, CFL fields are 120 yards long, and they only play 3 downs. So they rarely have a run. Their CFL teams, their running leaders might have 50 rushes for 300 yards the entire year. You know, I mean, in CFL, you pass for 65, 77,000 yards every year. And they play 18 games, too. That's another thing. So CFL is watered down. CFL is like Arena League. It means nothing. Absolutely nothing. You put Drew Brees in the CFL, he's having 100,000 yards or 150. That 5,000, whatever, because the CFL record's like 8,000 yards in 1 year. But fuck, if you play 18 games and you have 120-yard fields and 3 downs, of course, you're passing on every down. Yeah, Brees is at 500, but he's not going to get this. He might get to 600, maybe. But I seriously doubt it. But Brees is probably going to hit 80,000. Now, depending if he comes back after next year, that's a big question. Hopefully he does. Technically, he's under contract for 3 years, but the third year voids because the third year they owed him $14 million signing bonus from the last contract. They forgot to pay him, so that's why he's got third year void. See, Teddy Bridgewater's on the contract for 3 years, but the next 2 years void out. So it's to spread out his salary cap number. So really, it's 1 year. So that's why we need to retain Bridgewater, because if we don't retain Bridgewater, we practically give up draft picks for nothing. So if Bridgewater is smart and he has a smart agent, he'll tell him to sit it out, wait, you know. Oh, shit. Oh, Brees is going to go like 30 for 40 for 370 yards and 3 touchdowns at least. And that man still has no interceptions. So I don't want to jinx him, but he ain't going to have no interceptions against the Vikings either. He's too accurate. Unless he forces something in there, which he tends to do. But, I mean, he doesn't have to throw it as much because he can rely on a running game. They want to balance it out. The only problem with balancing it out is with Ingram back, Kamara don't get as many touches as he did in the first weeks. If Kamara kept up the pace he kept up, he would be right there with Gurley in the MVP race, right there. But because Ingram comes back, he's got no shot at being MVP. You know, and it's a damn shame that Drew Brees doesn't have 5 MVPs on his trophy list right now. At least 5. And they're not going to give it to him this year because they're going to give it to their wonder boy, Patrick Mahomes, or they're going to give it to Tom Brady. They always screw over Brees for the MVP. Always. Every year. The year we won the Super Bowl, they fucked him over. The year we had most passing yards, they fucked us over. I mean, the first year, 2006, when he led him to the NFC Championship game, he should have got an MVP there. And a comeback year, award year. I don't even know if he got the comeback of the player of the year comeback award. I don't even know if he got that from his shoulder. He should have got that. You know? And that man, in 18 years, has only been to 11 Pro Bowls. 11. Every year he should have been nominated for the Pro Bowl. Every fucking year. So, nah, it's okay. Okay, well, he did get the comeback play. All right. Well, yeah, at least he got that. They have Patrick Mahomes in front of him right now for the MVP. He's number 2. Brady's number 3, and I don't remember the other ones. So I'm telling you, if Drew Brees does not win the MVP this year, then it's just the NFL's rigging it. They're totally fucking rigging it. And granted, they do the MVP votes before the postseason starts. So I think they should wait until the end of the year. So golf ain't. They're gonna put a lot of Rams. They're gonna see it. They may give it to Todd Gurley too. That's another thing. Alvin Kamara was right up there with Gurley, but since he's sharing the backfield with Ingram, you could poof the MVP because he only had 20 yards rushing, and I think he had 3 attempts. So he didn't do much of anything. Well, yeah, they that season the Saints started off 13-0. You didn't hear shit about nothing, not a damn thing. You didn't hear nothing about fucking Breeze. You heard nothing about Reggie Bush. You heard nothing about Colston. That man went to no Pro Bowls. They disrespected the fuck out of him. 8,000 yards receiving, over 700 catches, nothing. And that's a goddamn shame. Colston should have went to at least 3 or 4 Pro Bowls. Single-handedly. Yeah, the media just disrespects Breeze. And it's the same fucking media, Max Kellerman, Maurice Jones-Drew, who votes on this shit. And I guarantee you they're not going to vote for Breeze. They'd rather give it to Gurley or they'd rather give it to Mahomes. Now, Mahomes can win the Rookie of the Year. That's fine, but he's not winning the MVP. Doesn't happen that way, at all. So, I mean, yeah, that's just that's a load of bullshit right there. Total lack of bullshit. So, MJD, that little fucking midget who didn't even got into the playoffs twice and didn't even win, is going to sit here. He's going to talk about, well, Drew Brees is a pocket passer. No fucking shit. He's a quarterback. Why the fuck is he going to run when he's got the best offensive line back there blocking for him? Why the hell would you need to run? Quarterbacks only run when they're getting blitzed and they have to escape. Period. And they can't find a receiver open. Then they run. Everybody thinks Michael Vick's the greatest fucking quarterback in the world. How many Super Bowls did he win? What the fuck? He didn't even become a pocket passer until after he came out of prison. Crying out loud. I mean, he got fucked in the ass so many times in prison. They told him, be a pocket passer, be a pocket passer, be a pocket passer. Until he finally said, all right, I'm going to be a pocket passer. Drew runs when he has to. I mean, obviously, the Falcons play, he had to. But why would you run every play when you don't have to? When you could throw the ball 30, 40 yards downfield and have Michael Thomas catching for you at 6'6". And then you got Tre'Quan Smith and Meredith. Meredith ain't done shit this year. He needs to step up. I mean, with Ted Ginn out, we need somebody to step up. I don't care who it is. I mean, shit. Go get Colston out of retirement. Go bring in Devery Henderson. Get somebody. We need somebody to compliment him. So. Shit. I'm tired already. God damn. He may be old, but he can still fucking run. I'd get him right now. Shit. I think Beerman's about 50 though. But yeah. Yeah, and I saw on the Saints Twitter where John Hill passed away. John Hill played for the Saints from, I think, 75 to 84. He was the center for Archie Manning all those years. I don't know what he passed away from. I think he was 63 or 65 or something. Yeah, he passed away. Didn't hear what. He said he was selling insurance for State Farm somewhere in he was living in Raleigh, North Carolina, selling insurance. Because back in the 70s, they didn't get paid shit. They had to have part-time jobs and second jobs to make ends meet. It's not like today when they get a shitload of money for not doing anything. I mean, Le'Veon Bell's sitting on his ass not getting paid, but he's rich as can be. Yeah, I'm still pissed that Deuce Windham said that Aaron Brooks is a better quarterback than Archie Manning. And told me he watched all the film to back it up. That's two different eras, number one. Number two, Archie had to run for his life because John Meekum couldn't build a fucking team with his hand. John Meekum would sign people and not even know what the fuck position they played. That's why you shouldn't have an owner being a general manager. Look at the damn Cowboys giving up a number one draft pick for Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper sucks. He's gonna bomb, just like Roy Williams and just like what's his name going to. Every time they give up the number one for the Cowboys to get a receiver, the receiver sucks. You know. But yeah, check out that video Archie Manning versus Aaron Brooks that I did in response to him a couple of months ago. He's gonna sit there and tell me Archie Manning was a terrible quarterback. He's like, look at the stats. Stats don't tell everything. It's like that comparison. If you win a Super Bowl, you're a better quarterback. So by this logic, Trent Dilfer's a better quarterback than Dan Marino. I fucking think not. Trent Dilfer had a fucking defense, the best defense other than the 85 Bears in NFL history. Anybody could have won. I could have won a championship with that defense. Exactly. Top 5 quarterbacks. Obviously, you got to put Breeze at number 1. Archie's number 2. Bobby Hebert's number 3. Aaron Brooks is like not 7 or 8. I'll put Wade Wilson and Jim Everett before I put that in front of Aaron Brooks. Aaron Brooks would sit there, throw a pass, throw a lateral, 30 yards behind him, sit there and laugh and not realize what the fuck he did. Do you want to have a quarterback who sits there, throws an interception and starts laughing on the sidelines? Fuck no. He had decent stats and he led us to the playoffs that one year in 2000. He actually, but we cut him. He went to Oakland and you never heard from him again. He fell in the black hole. Aaron Brooks had that one fucking good year. One goddamn good year. That's it. I mean, he has like 120 touchdowns and like maybe 70 interceptions, but Aaron Brooks had weapons. He had Joe Horn. He had Ricky Williams. I guess you could call that a weapon. I don't know. Archie Manning had little nobody. I mean, in 1979, he had Thunder and Lightning. He had Chuck Muncie and Tony Galbraith. But then the Saints fucking traded everybody away. They traded fucking Wes Chandler to the San Diego Chargers. They traded Muncie to the Chargers. They fucking cut Galbraith and he went to the Giants. Every time we got a good player from somebody, he became good, we got rid of him. Then Bum Phillips came in and said, fuck, I don't want Archie. I'll take Ken Stabler. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, Ken Stabler damn near willed us to a playoff berth in 83, but by that, he was beat the fuck up. They're going to trade a number 1 draft pick for over-the-hill Earl Campbell. Couldn't do shit. I mean, Jesus. Thank God Bum Phillips retired when he did. Jim Mora came in 2 years later, got to the 12-3 with Bobby Hebert. Bobby Hebert actually played his rookie year with Earl Campbell's last year. So, I mean, Earl Campbell in one game had 120 yards rushing. That was the last game he played in. He only had 638 total yards that season. I mean, Bum Phillips trades number 1 draft pick for a slow-ass running back. I don't get it. But Bum Phillips pretty much traded for who he knew. So he turned the Saints into the Houston Oilers, basically. They became the Houston Saints. It almost worked. If it wasn't for freaking Mike Lanston, what the fuck is his name? Lansford. Mike Lansford kicking a damn game-winning field goal in week 17, where the Rams knocked the Saints out of the playoffs, 26-24. We would have made our playoff berth in 83. And, of course, Kenny Stabler got hurt and he retired. And then we had freaking Dave Wilson who didn't do much of shit. How the hell he stayed on the roster for 8 years is beyond me. Gave up a number 1 draft pick in the supplemental draft for him. He didn't do much anything. We freaking had Richard Todd. Good Lord. We didn't have any good. After Archie, Kenny Stabler, we didn't have nobody. And Bobby Hebert came around, Thank God Governor Edwin Edwards told Bobby Hebert, you staying in the damn state. Bobby Hebert was getting ready to sign with Seattle. And Edwin Edwards said, hey, you ain't leaving this damn state. You playing for the Saints. So you can thank Edwin Edwards for Bobby Hebert staying in Louisiana. Told him you need to play for your hometown. You ain't going to Seattle. So, a couple of months ago when I was cleaning out my garage and stuff, I found the paper which I had of the front page of the Times-Picayune where Bobby Hebert went to the Falcons and had his press conference. I still got that paper. I was going to throw it away, but I still have it. Next time I see Hebert, I'm going to get him to sign it. I'm going to say, look what you did. Look at this. Look what you did, damn it. But I remember the day Bobby Hebert signed with the Falcons. I ripped up all my Bobby Hebert cards. I told him that story, too. I told him that story last year when I talked to him and met him. The only time I ever ripped up cards is when Bobby Hebert went to the Falcons and Morton Anderson went to the Falcons. I had about 10 or 12 Bobby Hebert cards. I tore them up and just threw them in the garbage. So fuck that. But for some reason, I kept that newspaper of him at the Falcons press conference where he signed with the Falcons. I still have it. And I don't know, it just pissed me off at the time. I don't know. It is what it is. Not many people talking right now. I must have went back and forth and stuff. I was going to make this kind of a short video, but I don't know. I made it's the first video I've done in like 4 days. But yeah, y'all go check the Eli Apple video I did because I'm 3 or 4 short of 1,800 views. Oh, you can go watch it again if you want. Bastard's got me 6 dislikes. So I don't know. Now all of a sudden people starting to dislike my videos. I don't know why. I mean, if you don't like it, don't watch it. That's how I say it, right? It's probably those Giants fans and Ravens fans. Drew right now could be mayor, governor. God, I wish he was running for governor. We don't need John Kennedy running for governor. Good Lord. No fucking way. John Kennedy is terrible for the state. Absolutely terrible. He's like the worst politician in the state. He's a freaking doctor. And yet he opposes health care. Like, what the fuck, really? He already filed paperwork to run against Edwards. I'm like, no. You trash. You think my team's trash? Get the fuck off my page. Don't come on my goddamn page and tell me the Saints are trash. Nah, I already hit that little bastard. That bastard, yeah. Telling my team he's trash. He's probably his. Hey, who that 9921? Oh, you can get him, but I'm not giving those idiots. He'll probably come back as some other troll and say, don't worry, give it 5 minutes, he'll come back, because they all do. You know. His team is probably the freaking Tampa Bay Bucks or something. Who that 9921? I think I followed you back too. But it's nice to have some more Who-Dats in here. And I'm trying to get my 19,000 Who-Dats from, what you call it? Brandon who? Oh, your name's Brandon? Or that guy that got banned was Brandon? Oh, wait. No, I know who you are now. That's right. I know who you are. I remember you now. I remember the picture. Yeah, I had a lot of people. That chat, I had like 60-some people at the same time, and I'm trying to figure out all the trolls and whatnot. And yeah, it is crazy. Oh, okay, yeah. I remember you now, Brandon. Yeah, I remember you. I followed you back on Twitter. It took a while, but I did it. Huh. That's pretty cool. Saints fans are all over. Like I said, Who Dat Discussion lives in New York. There's 2 Saints podcasts in New York. Who Dat in New York City and Who Dat Discussion podcast. And they both did a podcast together recently. And I listened to that. You know. And there's a guy in LA I just found out who does a podcast from the Saints. I just found his podcast on YouTube. I don't remember his name, but he's a Saints fan. He lives in Los Angeles. Hey, Ita, don't be a troll. I hope you're not. I hope you're good. But yeah, you know, we got who that's all over the everywhere. And they got who that's in the UK, Italy, France, Germany, you know. Well, yeah, they got it all over the place. So, you know, who that nation's worldwide. This is a Saints football page. What else am I going to be talking about? You know? Yeah, my cousin lives up that way. Monroe, Shreveport, up that way. Yeah, retard. Yeah, the trolls are out in full force. Dumbass. So, you know, trolls are out in full force. They have nothing else better to do. They're idiots. You can tell that was a troll, Seal. But yeah, you can tell the trolls because they have no name and they do that generic crap. And you know. Oh yeah, trolls come on at all time. They have no lives. They have no lives. They come on at 12 noon, they come on at 12 at night. They have no lives. Probably the same dude that I deleted a minute ago, or Seal deleted a minute ago. They make stupid ass comments. What are y'all talking about? The Saints? What the fuck you think we're talking about? It's a Saints page. No, I'm going to be talking about the 49ers. Fucking morons. I love that. Y'all talking about the Saints? No. I'm not talking about the Saints. I'm talking about the greatest fucking quarterback of all time, Drew Brees. That's what I'm talking about. You know, it's ridiculous. And if I didn't do live streams, if I did regular things, they'd try to troll me on that. But you know what? Trolls don't faze me. Yeah, Drew Brees is the greatest quarterback in NFL history, bar none. I don't care what Max Kellerman says, MJD, Ryan Clark, them other idiots on ESPN, Shannon Sharp. You know, well, they used to be back in the NFC West days, but I hated playing Joe Montana twice a year. Damn, NFL would always rig it to where the 49ers would win. I mean, you go 12-3, and you're a wild card team because the 49ers went 13-2. It's a damn shame. That year we got hosed. Completely, utterly hosed. So, I wish I had a beer. I don't know how much longer I'm going to go talking because I did 2 or 3 hours on my other channel earlier, and I'm feeling tired because I went to sleep early. I woke up early, and I went back to sleep. Probably do some walking or something like that. Still feel hungry, so I don't know why. I'm walking to the store. Got me my almond milk, which I like. I can't really drink chocolate milk too much anymore, even though I like chocolate milk. It's chocolate almond milk, so it tastes good. You know, but yeah, we're gonna have all the records and stuff. But my favorite rivalry is the Falcons because we kicked their ass year after year after year after year after year. You know, who owns the Falcons? Drew Brees does. Bottom line. And you got this kind of motion like this. Arthur Blank, he's like, that's the funniest thing in the world. That's just as funny as Jameis Winston going, I'm eating my W. That's hilarious. You know, I want to see who comes up with something next. That's just that'll be greatest. So, you know. But I definitely think the Saints will win Sunday night. I may do another video Sunday in the afternoon before the game. Maybe. Depends how I'm feeling. If there's any update, breaking news, then yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that one. 3-0 against the Panthers. Sweep, 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 sweep. Da, da, da. Yeah, that was fucking awesome. It's good enough. It's good enough when you do a two game sweep, but when you sweep them 3, you know what would be better? Beating them in the preseason. That'd be 4. Oh, I've been offended since day one, but you can't do nothing about it. They have a contract. You can't break it. Tom Benson tried to break it. Mercedes-Benz is like, no. So it had 3 years left on a concurrent running thing out of a 10-year contract. So they got, I believe, 2 more years after this. I believe it is. Or maybe next year. It's either 2 years or next year. And then the 10-year contract ends. So they were both running concurrent for 3 years, which sucks. But I hate the whole idea of corporate sponsoring football, but the NFL is greedy. So they're going to – the only one that doesn't do that is the Bills and the Browns, because the Browns have Paul Brown Stadium because they don't need the money. You know, I mean, Tom Benson was actually getting paid $25 million from the state to keep the damn team in the freaking, you know, in the state of Louisiana. They were paying him all these years, $25 million. They were paying him, you know. So it's kind of sad when states got to pay, you know. It'll never be New Orleans, Louisiana Superdome again. When this contract runs out, believe you me, they're probably looking right now for sponsorship. They're probably going to name it the Smoothie King Dome, you know, because they have good relation with the arena or the Smoothie King Center or whatever. I still call it the New Orleans Arena. I remember it when that arena was lime green of all colors. Now it's a hideous gray, but gray is better than green. You know, that lime green color, that was just terrible. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go Google it. New Orleans Arena, lime green. Ugh, that was fucking terrible. And to see it go down this way, go down the river, go out who be long, go out that way, it's just the ugliest shade of color you can think of. Lime green is ugly, but it's even ugly when you put it on a building. No, they can't. Per the they sold all his dealerships though, the kids. Yeah, per the deal, like they can't. They got all his dealerships. They just sold the dealerships. The last 3 dealerships they sold to Tom Benson's business rival. One of them was sold to his business rival, and one of them was sold to his business rival's partner. The last 2, the last 3, they still own the one. They still own Benson Chevrolet, best Chevrolet in New Orleans. But the last 3 dealerships that they had in San Antonio, they sold them last week. But as far as the kids, they can't. Tom Benson made sure he's got his concession plan. If anything happens to Gail Benson, then I think Gail Benson's niece or somebody in Gail Benson's family takes over. Because I don't think she has any kids. I could be wrong. But Rita and stuff like that, she don't even Twitter no more. She still got her Saints logo up. She don't Twitter anymore. She used to, like crazy. But she still got her thing up with Saints and this and that. But the Rita and the 2 kids sold it all. Yeah, Gail's in full control. Tom Benson, and before the years he passed away, he showed Gail Benson the ropes. And Gail Benson's like 25 years younger than Tom Benson was. Because I think Gail Benson's only in her early 60s maybe. So I mean, if she lives to, let's say, 90, then that's about 25, 30 years. Technically, the Saints have only had 2 owners. Technically, if you want to get technical about it. But they listed Rita LeBlanc as a co-owner. So really the Saints have had 4 owners, but technically they've only had 2. Well, now 3 because Gail Benson. They had Meekum. Then Meekum sold it to Benson in '84 for $70.025 million. You know, well they all go crazy. like I said, she's still got her Twitter. It's still for the Saints thing, but she don't tweet anymore. So it's still up there. But the Saints thing took it out. But yeah, as part of the settlement and lawsuits, they can't have nothing to do with the Saints. They're not even allowed in the Superdome. So, and they can't have no contact with Gayle Benson whatsoever. They did take them to court and they lost. They lost. What they got was the dealerships. They got all of Tom Benson's San Antonio dealerships. That's what they got in the settlement. And they just recently sold his last 3 dealerships to his business rival and rival's partner. They sold the dealerships for something like $100 million or something like that, I heard. I don't know if that's true. But his wife still owns Best Chevrolet and still owns like Dixie and all the other Benson Tower and all that stuff. That's what happened, you know. They're not even really his blood relatives. They were adopted. The daughter was adopted, and the daughter gave the daughter's 2 kids. So, really, that's Tom Benson's adopted daughter. And then the adopted daughter gave birth to Rita and whatever. So, Rita's the niece. So, yeah, tell me about that one. Yeah. Firsthand, I know about that experience. So, yeah. Shit. Tom Benson was worth like $10 billion or something like that. I mean, shit. You throw him. Basically, they threw him under the bus because they knew it was a matter of time. They knew. They were trying to make him. They were trying to declare him senile so they could take over the team. They knew it. I mean, I seen Tom Benson last year, and he still had all his faculties. You get old, you don't think he's sharp, but he had all his faculties. He knew what he was doing. He's just letting everybody else run his team. He still had the final say, but I mean, that's what business executives do. You let your general managers and stuff and store managers run your team. He let Mickey Loomis and Sean Payton run a team, and Dennis Frasina, the executive vice president, I never got that close to him. I saw him. The only time I saw Tom Benson was when I went to a Saints practice, and he just happened to be there. I went to Saints practices 3 or 4 times, and he just happened to be there that one day. And he rode around in the golf cart. Gayle Benson was riding him around the golf cart, and that was the time when he had Jerry sitting in the back seat. Yeah. Well, he's executive vice president and general manager. But he lets Dell Demps pretty much be the general manager and run shit for his Pelicans side. But yeah, the Pelicans and the Saints are in the same facility, in the off airline. It's the same facility. I've been there 4 or 5 times, But that was the closest I got to Tom Benson. He was riding around in the go-kart. But it wasn't anywhere close to where I could reach out and shake his hand. He had the straw hat on. He was looking around. He wasn't looking in our position. We were screaming, "Hey, Tom Benson, yeah!" He waved. I have video. My friend took video of it. It's on this page somewhere. It's one of the first 3 videos. I'm like, Tom, come here, but they wasn't going to do that and do whatever. So. But yeah, we don't have to worry about Rita, God forbid. But that was one of my things, right? Yeah, they were practicing in Jackson. They played in San Antonio. Benson actually was thinking of moving the team to San Antonio. He never came out and said that. Of course, he's not going to say that. But in all honesty, he would have moved the team to San Antonio. I guarantee he would have. And I've heard stories. My grandpa told me a bunch of stories a couple of years before he passed away about how Tom Benson got his whole empire and fortune. So I know those stories. And those stories are actually pretty truthful because it's documented on Google. And I don't know about Wikipedia, but it's documented. So from that time period, but my grandpa told me the stories of how Tom Benson got his empire, got his car dealerships, and became a millionaire, a billionaire. You know, he knows that. So, yeah, what the hell? Yeah, I don't know. What the hell was that moron commissioner Roger Goodell in New Orleans for about 2 or 3 months ago, telling us how to handle crime? How did he get in on state number one? And what the hell is he doing sitting next to Gail Benson? You know, but well, I'll tell you the story of what my grandpa told me. How Tom Benson got his empire. Because Gail Benson's his second or third wife. I think it was maybe a second. Anyway, Tom Benson's first wife. And it all leads to this. This is what my grandpa told me. I believe this to be true, honestly, because in later years, it's documented. I saw facts online about this, so I could pretty much verify it's pretty much true. Tom Benson in his 20s or 30s, he was his first wife. He was working under Mike Persia Chevrolet, and he was an employee there. And or he was a business partner. I can't remember which. And he had a mistress. He was dating Mike Persia's wife for many years, and it was hidden under the table. And what happened was Mike Persia had a heart attack or something. He passed away. And when he passed away, she got that empire. And she and him kind of, you know, he divorced his first wife, and I believe they married or they were together. And she passed away a few years later. And when she passed away, you know, Tom Benson already had dealerships and stuff like that, but he wasn't anything big. But Mike Persia owned like 60 or 70 car bins. He was a big deal. So when Persia passed away, he gave everything to his wife. And when she passed away, she ceded everything to Tom Benson. So between those dealerships that he owned and the other dealerships he inherited, he put it together. And that's how Tom Benson really made his fortune. I mean, he was popular before that. But, I mean, he got all of those dealerships, everything. And then he wound up selling a bunch of those dealerships. And that's how he made enough money to buy the Saints. You know? Tagliabue was a good commissioner. Kathleen Blanco, that was one of the few things she actually accomplished. I didn't like her, but I didn't hate her either. But that, you know, because Tom Benson, he didn't come out and say it. But honestly, it's your business. You can't play. You need to make money. The right thing would have been to move to San Antonio. That's why everybody after the storm put number one priority to building to fixing the Superdome. Number one priority. Any other governor, anybody else would have probably let him walk. Except Edwin Edwards. Edwin Edwards would have been like, day one, fix that fucking dome. See, if Edwin Edwards was still in office, he would have told Tom Benson, you ain't fucking going nowhere. Edwin Edwards would have dug up that fucking dirt on his ass and said, you ain't fucking going anywhere. I got all this dirt on your ass. You're not going nowhere. Fucking shut the hell up. Sit down. You know? Edwin Edwards had that kind of power in Louisiana. He's only second to Huey Long. He had that kind of power. He would have been like, you're not fucking going anywhere. You're not taking the team. You're not taking shit. You can go to San Antonio, but you're not fucking taking the team. I guarantee you. You know? Huey P called the shots for LSU for years. Even bought all the land and shit. Yeah. She did a lot better job than Mike Foster did. I mean, good Lord. Mike Foster. Yeah. Green Bay is owned by the fans. They have Ted Thompson, the vice president, general manager, but they don't have an owner per se. I don't really know how that works, but I guess Ted Thompson's the driving force, and they have a chairman of the board. I don't know. But yeah, I'm glad you met Kenny Steele. Seal. I never met him. Never got a chance to. I met a bunch of other players: Breeze, Thomas, Kamara. I met a lot of them. I made a video about the autographs. I got to put autographs part 2 I made autographs about whatever. Damn right. We need to own a team. We need to get the baby cakes back and not make them move to freaking Topeka, Kansas, for crying out loud. The freaking baby cakes owners, they fucking screwing us over. They didn't even step foot in the damn state of Louisiana not one fucking time since they own a team. They live in Kansas, but yet they want to bring them to Kansas. So, even though they got a 5-year lease with the team, they want to move them next year. That ain't going to happen. They got to pay a ridiculous amount of money. So, NFL tries to take everything from us. They lost their war because they knew damn well that's Roger Goodell's bullshit. Who that was trademarked long fucking before. I don't think Pete Rozelle had any problem with who that. I think when freaking Roger Goodell came in, that's when they started to say, well, who that is a National Football League trademark. The fuck it isn't. They've been saying who that for years. They started that at St. Aug. In the 70s or early 80s, they were saying who that. So you can't copyright something that's not yours to begin with. And all of a sudden, after 20, 30 years, then they want to pull this copyright issue because they only tried to do that because people people sell T-shirts with who that, and the NFL's like, we're losing all this money. That's the only fucking reason they did that, because of money. And then the judge said, well, hell, why are you going after it now? All this time, now you give a shit about who that? They actually put a cease and desist order on this store that was making money selling T-shirts for $20 saying who that say they going to beat them Saints. The NFL had them shut down where they had to close their store. Period. They had to close down because the NFL said you cannot sell anything Saints related anymore. And that's bullshit. And the case dragged on for 2 or 3 years. By that time, they couldn't come back. That was the end of the store. It was a store in the French Quarter, I think. That was the whole thing that started this crap. Because they found out, I guess after all these years, they found out people were making money selling shirts. So what does that do? People started making more shirts. So you can't stop the Saints fans. You can't. You can't. There's no way. You just can't do it. So, I don't know. You just can't. Let's see what time it is. It's almost 2:00, and we're about an hour and a half in. I got 5 people viewing, and only 2 people are talking. Well, 3 technically, but yeah, I think it should be about that. But I'm gonna wrap it up in a minute or two, mainly because I got to use the restroom. But nah, Katrina couldn't stop us. Nothing can stop the Saints. Nothing. I'll tell you this story too. How many people know how the Saints came in order? Oh, I'm not sleepy. I just got to use the restroom. But I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this story. How the Saints got a team in the first place? Antitrust laws against the NFL, and the government was suing the NFL back in the 66, 67. Pete Rozelle. Well, they needed votes to pass the antitrust law. I'm not sleepy. It's nothing about being sleepy. It's I have to go to the bathroom. That's what I have to do. And plus I've been talking for so long. But anyway, the antitrust law. Well, in Congress, we had a senator called Harold Boggs. He was the deciding vote in the antitrust, and he voted for the NFL. So there was a deal made. He told Pete Rozelle, okay, I'll vote for the NFL, but we want a franchise. We want an NFL franchise. And Pete Rozelle said, okay, that's how we got the Saints, because of politician backdoor deal. So, because there was no way we would have had an NFL team to this day, probably. So, I think that's the same way Atlanta got their team. Very similar, but I heard of that story. I've heard that story for a long time, But anyway, like I said, I think I'm going to particularly wrap this up, mainly because it's 2:00. I want to turn my fan off. I use the bathroom. It's not that I'm not sleepy. It's just I don't know if my voice can go another hour or 2 talking. I don't mind talking, but I get tired sometimes. So, because I did a 3-hour stream earlier in the day. So I just kind of do these things at a spur of the moment. You know, I mean, I could talk to 3, 4 in the morning. You know, and I hate leaving when people's on here, but you know, plus I want to try to get that video for 1,800 views. That'd be pretty awesome. I think Eli Apple's gonna do wonders. You know, but yeah, but I'm gonna wrap it up. So, you know, I'm gonna try to go to sleep. I probably won't, but I'm gonna try. But I gotta rest my voice in case I do a video tomorrow. So I appreciate y'all. You know, next time I do a video, if y'all follow me on my regular account, FieldGuy316, I'm always looking for people there. If you haven't followed me there, trying to get that to 200. You know, got all the coin people follow me. That's pretty cool. So I appreciate all y'all, Who Dat DJs, Future Seal as always. I appreciate. There you go, buy an apple. I appreciate everybody else who popped in, JPJ30, and you know the rest of y'all. And screw the trolls. So appreciate you, Seal. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all Sunday before or after the game. I'll do a stream where we will be victorious against the Vikings. So until next time, who dat? Go Saints.